Thanks to WordPress, a wonderful software and a great content management tool, now you can build your websites and blog posts literally in minutes, which are responsive, great looking, and adaptive to any mobile devices. In the next 30 minutes or so, I will show you an example of a rich featured website using WordPress for a fictitious organization, and I'll do that using my cheat sheet where I have outlined these 10 key steps. And if you like, you can follow along and create your own website. So first, you need to find a web host, if you don't already have one, that offers WordPress hosting. Create an account and use their control panel software to install WordPress rather than doing it manually. Then you need to find a theme or template that you can live with. And remember, this is one of the most critical steps in my mind in the entire process, because a lot of customization in WordPress is centered around the theme that you select. So take your time. And I would recommend you find a theme which is responsive, HTML5 based, and look for keywords such as bootstrap and responsive. Then you spend some quality time in building your content, your logo and icons, and then organize that content into what WordPress terms as pages and posts. You may also want to organize your blogs into certain buckets known as categories. And then you create menus and menu items and link them with the content that you just created. You may also look for certain plugins, and this is a piece of software written by others which can help you extend certain functionality. As an example, if you want to fight spam, there are some great plugins available and you can simply download. Similarly, if you are looking to embed a contact us form in your website, there's so many great plugins out there. You can just select the one you like. Use widgets to organize your content into your sidebar, and I'll show you all of these steps in the example that we are about to undertake. And finally, do a lot of testing for each and every functionality that you create. So with that, let's jump into our example. I'm logged into my cPanel. Yours may be a bit different, but more or less all control panels are similar. So look for a script or application and click on WordPress. Click on install and follow along. If you have SSL certificates installed, then you may want to change this to being HTTPS. In directory, I would recommend that you first installation should be in a directory before you move your content into the main website. You can leave database and table prefix to their default values. In fact, leave these text boxes to their default values as well, because we'll spend some time in customizing our site name and description. Select your admin username and a password. I'm going to use a simple password for now so I can remember. Select your admin email and click on install here. It should take about a minute or two, and after you are done, you should see two links. The first link takes you to your front page, your website, and as you can see, this is using a default theme that came standard with WordPress, and we are going to work in customizing this. The second URL takes you to your admin panel, and this is where you will use your majority of our time today in customizing our website. So let's do that. When you log in, you get to this dashboard. Here at a glance, you see all your active posts, comments, and pages. This is the theme that we are using at the moment. This is where you can do certain things like managing your widgets and menus or turning off comments and so on. Let's quickly go over some of these items here. Post is simply your blog. Media is where you keep your icons, logos, and other images. Pages are generally your static content. And comments is where you manage all your public comments. So look for spams before publishing them. In appearance is where you select and manage your themes, customize them. I'll come to widgets in a minute. This is one of the most important things you do by creating menus and associating them with the posts and pages and categories that you create. And I'll come to categories in a minute. And plugins is where you install third-party software, and we'll do that. This is where you manage your users. So with that, let's go to themes first, because that's the first thing we need to do. Now, there are 3 themes available. Now, if you like any of them, you simply activate and go on with customization. But if you like something else, you can go to the marketplace and search for the one that you like, and there's so many out there. And remember, before installing, you can do preview of these themes before clicking on install. So you can install here, or you can go back and install here. In our case, though, I'm going to find a simple responsive theme, which is good enough for our demo. This one. And remember that I'm not associated with this or any other companies. Actually, I should have said that at the get-go, but let me make that statement now that I'm not associated with any of the vendors or companies being referenced in my session today. My goal is simply to share my knowledge with you and others. So I just wanted to put that out there. So let me install this one. And don't forget to activate after you have completed installation. If you go back to your front page and refresh, I think we should have our theme ready. There you go. With a click of a button, you got a nice responsive website working. Now we can simply customize this content and possibly this image and this title and our logo, and add some menus, and we are pretty much done. Going back, so let's go back to customizing this theme. Now in your case, if you have chosen some other theme, this layout or this menu rather may be slightly different, but more or less all responsive themes do follow a similar pattern. So what I do here may not be totally applicable to you, but more or less I think it'll fly. So first thing, since we are creating a website for a non-profit organization, let's call it our compassion charity. and you can see the change being reflected in your right panel in real time. Now, the site icon refers to this tiny image. So if you would like, you can create your own site icon and upload. Once you save it and refresh your front page, I think you should see the icon here. Moving along, I'm going to skip menus and widgets for now because you need some content before you can see this functionality. Let's move to header settings, and this is where you can embed your custom cascading style code if you like, but since we are following a happy path, I'm just going to move to logo. This is where you can upload your own logo. At the moment, since this option is turned on, theme is displaying text in place of logo. If you were to turn this option off, you will see the logo. So in our case, let's select our own logo. And for now, I'm going to use my company's logo and simply upload. So you have your logo up here now. Going back, let's focus on this picture, or rather image. So let's put something that appeals to our visitors, and I have a sample image. Again, not a great one, but it does the job, and I'm going to use this one to replace the original one. There you go. And now here you can put your title and subtitle. So let's just say our compassion charity, we do great things, and join the movement. So you have your splash image and banner, title and subtitles ready to go. Next, let's focus on this section. Again, depending on the theme you have selected, yours may be looking a bit different, but I think I like this area, this section, because you can organize your services right here in the front page at a glance. So let's go and customize at least two of these. So first thing is, what we do, I have created a sample content. I'm going to simply copy and paste and see the change. So this is what we do, right? Our charity has been doing great things to strengthen families and build economic self-sufficiency, so on and so forth. So you can put your message right here. Now going back, let's create a couple of services that we offer. And again, I have created some sample content, which I'm going to just simply copy and paste. So we do community development and advocacy. So we would like to highlight that here. Similarly, we also do children and family development. So let's copy and paste this content and put the title. So we got our two services completed. What about these icons though? You can build yours, but I would recommend, now this theme luckily allows you to use icons from this website, Fort Awesome github.io, and you can go to this link and look for the icons that you like, and there are a lot of them out there. And if you select an icon, you get a preview for all kind of form factors, from a small mobile device to your big monitor. And if you like this icon, you simply copy and paste and copy and paste here, and you will see that icon appearing. So it's a very dynamic and very easy to do. Simply go here, and look for the icon that you like and copy the name and paste it here. So let's make another change here and put some sort of logo for a child. I have that in my, there you go. So this is the name. I'm going to simply paste that. And there you go. So you got your nice logo working. And this is the way you can continue finishing the rest of the content for this theme or any other theme that you have selected. For this section, again, you can do similar things. Go to project settings and highlight your projects here. Now these are not the best fitting images for a non-profit organization, but I'll just keep them for example's sake. And you can say featured, portfolio, charity, projects, and put some content here, and you should see this appearing in your right panel. And if you like, you can totally disable this section altogether, but I think it's good to have it. Same concept with your blog setting. You can choose to display your recent blogs or posts here, or you can totally disable this section altogether and then it disappears. So let's just keep the way it is. And finally, change your copyright statement. You may want to say our compassion charity and developed by obviously I'm using this theme, so credit goes to this company, but for example's sake I'm just putting my name to see how you can do on your own. And now you should see your copyright statement being reflected here. So we are done with our front page, right? Next, we need to start building our pages and posts and categorize them so we can build menus and widgets. So let's go, hold on, let's just stay on this page, save and publish, go to our front page and refresh. Hopefully we'll see our changes. Yep, we do. And now we can go back to the backend admin panel and create some posts. And post is simply your blog post. So say something about, say, raising and some content here about fundraising, and you can click here to publish this blog. You can also associate this blog with a category, but since we don't have any, you can click here to create your own category, or a better place, let me just save this draft. Better place to organize your categories is here. Okay, so you should, so let's just rename this to say fundraising. So now all of your blog posts related to fundraising will logically be associated with this name. Okay, you can also create more categories here. So for example, here you might want to say volunteering and create this new category. So you got two categories, right? And now if you go back to your posts and open fundraising, you may want to, oh, it's already associated because we named uncategorize to fundraising. So this is how you organize your content. So let's create another post and say volunteering blog post 1 and say some content here and associate this blog post with volunteering and publish. I think we forgot to publish our first blog post, so let's go back here and publish. Okay. Now if you go back here and refresh, you still don't see anything out here because we have not added any menu or links to your content that you just created. Before doing that, let's create a few pages. So I'm going to create a page called About Us, right? So something about the company. And I have some content in my cheat sheet. So I'm going to simply copy and paste and publish. Similarly, you may want to create something so that your visitors can contact you. And I'll show you how to create a contact us page. I'm going to publish it for now and go back to plugins. And let's install one plugin. By the way, these two plugins came standard. You can simply activate them. This plugin helps you fight spam. So I would highly recommend that you activate this. But for now, let's add a new plugin. And there are a lot of plugins available here, as you can see. But we are looking for WCP Contact, and I have tested it, and that's the reason I'm getting to it. And you simply click on Install Now, and don't forget to activate this plugin. Once you do that, let's go back to our page called Contact Us, and you should see a tiny icon appearing. It says click here to add your contact form in this page, and it adds a tiny snippet of code, and this is how you get that magical Contact Us functionality. So you update. Now if you go back, oh, there are no pages. So what happened, right? Well, again, remember, we have not built our menus yet. So that's where we are going next. Let's create some menus, and I would recommend that you create your own default menu. So let's call it Charity. This is our menu. And once you create a menu, you can go to Manage Locations and assign that menu as being your primary menu. Okay. I'll explain this page in detail. So this is the menu structure, meaning these are the links that you should expect to see in this menu. So if I were to simply just save it and refresh this, you should expect those links appearing, right? Although in our case, since we have created a few blog posts and pages. So these are your posts, these are your pages, these are your categories, right? We would like to make use of this content. So let me remove this and start over. There you go. So our menu is blank. There is nothing out there. So if I save it, go back to front page, refresh it, there is nothing out there, right? So let's build our menu page. And let's say you want to have these two pages appear in your primary menu. And also let's say you want to, well, I would recommend that you don't add blog posts links to your menu because you'll be adding your blogs almost every day. I would recommend that you add categories instead. And what it does is it lets you go to all blog posts related to fundraising. And that's what this category does. Similarly, clicking on volunteering menu lets you access all blog posts related to volunteering. So let's do this, save it, go back to our front page, and now our new menu should be up. A couple of other things. You can just shuffle this menu by dragging and dropping. So now About Us is your first menu. So again, if you save it, go back, About Us should be the first one. You can also drag them to your right, which simply creates a submenu. So in this case now, Contact Us will become a submenu under About Us. So let's take a look at this behavior. There you go. Now Contact Us is under About Us. But for now, I'll just keep it here. Now going back to that plugin, remember we had installed one plugin which gave us a tiny piece of code which we have embedded in this page. Let me again go back to Contact Us page. And we have embedded this piece of code rather than writing a content. And this is how you get to Contact Us functionality. So let's test it. If you click, hold on. Click on Contact Us. You get a nice Contact Us form with CAPTCHA enabled, so you can fight your spam. Right? Now coming back to widgets. Okay. By the way, let's finish this discussion. If you were to click on fundraising, what will happen? Remember, these two are pages and these two are categories, right? So fundraising should give you access to, yes, you got it right, to all your blog posts related to fundraising, right? So you have two blog posts. Similarly, if you click on volunteering, you will get to see all blog posts related to this category. So if you were to add, let's just test a bit more, go to blog and create another two and associate with this, this category and publish it. So now if you were to go back and click on volunteering, you should see all your posts where visitors can make comments like this and so on. Now going back to widgets, and this is what's done by using your widgets, right? They give certain functionality and organization to your sidebar here. So let me go back and click here, and there are some standard widgets available which you can just simply drag and drop into your sidebar. So in our case, as you can see, everything that you see here, post, recent comments, archives, categories, meta, all of that is coming from this. If you want to remove or reorganize this, you simply drag them and drag and drop them like this. So if you were to go back and refresh, now meta is appearing here, right? And if you want to remove it, simply drag it back, and now you have only these 4 widgets available. So again, let's do our testing. There you go. So you have now these 4 widgets. One more thing that I would like to mention about widgets is that if you prefer to have a certain page or pages to not display the sidebar, you can simply go to your pages and choose a theme or template that you like. So in our case, if you want to display this content in full width, you can select this template, update, and go back, and now your sidebar widget should be gone, but they're still appearing in this page, right? So let's see if we have covered all of our grounds. Themes, yep, let me go back to my cheat sheet. So we have installed our theme, we customized it, right? We built our content, we have built certain pages and blog posts, we did categorize them, we have built a menu, and we did install a plugin, and we did customize certain widgets. So I think we did cover pretty much everything that we wanted to. So if you like this presentation, please give me a thumbs up, and if you did not, or if you have any other feedback, please send me email at this address. But I do appreciate you watching this session, and until next time, take care. Thank you so much.